Out here, we got campsite number 127. It's a beautiful state park. It is, unfortunately, it's often difficult to get a site here. I've been coming out here, I think maybe first started tent camping out here about 10 years ago, and you kind of need a site like a year in advance. But if you're flexible and can do a weeknight or two at the last few minutes, it's much easier to get a site. So we got one out here on a Monday and Tuesday night. We're only about 5 hours from New Orleans, so it's not really a bad drive to just come in for a couple nights. So Topsail is pretty unique. It is on the beach on the outskirts of 30A between Destin and Panama City. So one of the cool things about it is you got wilderness, you got hiking trails, you got remote beaches, ponds. They even got black bear out here, all kinds of wildlife. And at the same time, you are like a 7-minute drive from restaurants right outside the park. They also put a coffee shop which converts into like a tap room in the evenings. So you can literally, from our camp right here, you've got about a 3 to 5 minute bike ride to get coffee and beer, which is pretty freaking cool. Now, one of the, I don't know if it's a downside, it adds to the adventure in my opinion. One of the different things about this park is you can't drive to the beach, so you have to take bikes there, or you can take a little shuttle. So you got to put in a little bit of extra work to get to the beach. From our camp, it's probably like 20 minutes of cycling and walking, which can get kind of old in the heat if you're doing it multiple times per day. But one of the benefits of that is the beach is so secluded and so remote. And it gets a little crowded in the summertime, but when evening comes and you want to catch the sunset, you might be one of like 5 people on the beach within a mile or two. So it's pretty amazing if you want that seclusion. I've stayed at this park a number of times and brought headlights with me and stayed after sunset, after dark, and it's just a pretty neat experience. Today we're gonna head back out to the beach, see what we can find. I don't know what the water's like, maybe do a little bit of snorkeling. They have a seahorse reef out there with some artificial reef balls. That looks cool to swim to. I think my little kids are a little too young to go out there, but we'll take a look and see. And should be a beautiful day. We are in the midst of a heat wave right now, and it is July in Florida, which seems like a crazy time to come camping. But I got everything set up. We got one tent here at the camp. I got my little removable window unit that I put in my trailer. That's cooling it down so good. We got cold last night. We had to put on blankets and stuff. I also have 2 Home Depot floor fans that I kind of run them underneath the trailer now, and if I position them right, it circulates air all around here. And surprisingly, last night we weren't hot at all, so it was totally comfortable. Then I get my Thermocell going, and that pretty much kills off the bugs. So when I set everything up right, you know, it could be a summer night and we're quite comfortable. So yeah, I'd be overlanding through all these remote forests, going to the secluded beach there, and you know, playing Robinson Crusoe. But the reality is, you just cannot do that on the Florida Panhandle. There are not many places around here where you can do dispersed camping, let alone camp on the beach. Now there are a few places I've been to Point Washington State Forest before. That is a cool place in the wintertime. I don't know about the summer, because if you don't have AC going, it gets brutally hot back there. We're gonna prep up dinner, then probably head out later to catch sunset. All right, tonight's dinner, keeping it relatively simple. Some grilled chicken, got some macaroni for the kids, and I got these Cuban bowl black beans and rice. I eat these a lot when camping. They are pretty good. Doing a little wine tonight too. I went to the store. I forgot my bottle opener. It's somewhere in my kitchen and I can't find it. It's gonna be like $15 for a damn bottle opener. This had a screw top. I've had this wine before. It's pretty good anyway. Like $9. Okay, so out here after dark, I figured I'd take a little time to talk a little bit about my night setup for my trailer and boondocking and camping and all these other things. I am out here at Topsail State Park. We're in Florida, so it is, I don't know, it's like 100 degrees during the day. I have 110. This is an organized official campground, so you kind of need it. You need AC this time of the year. It'd be quite insane to camp without it. So I've got everything running into the Jackery, but I still got my off-grid set up. It's just the Jackery has power. So I figured I'd show you what I use. And everything is designed to use as little power as possible. That way I can run everything off the Jackeries. I got a 500 that goes inside. I have a Jackery 240 as well. I bring that out on my my patio at night, and the 240 sits out here. So one thing I got that is really awesome, it is these light bulbs. They're just like a regular light bulb, and LED. They got a little hook. I think they got about a 15 to 20 foot cord. This hook is so freaking awesome because you can just hook them anywhere. You know, you throw that light up there to cook. You bring it with you to the bathroom. I mean, hell, when you got it on a Jackery, you can just carry that Jackery around. It puts out an immense amount of light by itself. I mean, look at that. That's, I think that's drawing 5 watts, which is nothing. Let's see. Yeah, 5 watts. Crazy. So the other thing I've got is my string light setup, which usually always goes up. That is an awesome little light set. I think it's maybe 15 to 20 feet, and it lights up my patio, my tarp very well. That uses, I think it uses even less lighting. It uses 4 watts. Yeah. So it uses 4 watts, which is even less than the other light, and all the stuff does a great job of keeping my camp lit at night. I've used this dispersed camping quite a few times in just the most, the most dark places in West Texas and Colorado and Southwest, and I will keep my camp. I've got all the light I need, and it draws so little power that I run these lights. I run these lights from sundown until the time I go to bed. So as I said, everything's plugged off the 110 right now because it's all running into the Jackeries, and I have 110 to run my AC, but I'm just showing you what you can do, to light your camp. And these lights can also be powered. You don't even need a Jackery. You can get one of those little cell phone pocket chargers, which are plenty enough to run these lights all night long. Same thing, I have other lights that I have put inside my Gazelle. I put a little toilet in there for my little girls. That will run all that as well. And again, even though I'm at an organized campground, in theory, I could light all this up all night long with very low power consumption. So these things work great for me. And so inside the trailer, I also have another one of these light bulbs. And then I run some very low wattage LED string lights as well. They change colors. They're quite cool, and they give like a nice dim lighting for when you're ready to go to bed. You get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my camp. Get out of here. Get. Alright, so it is noon on like Wednesday, I think, and we were supposed to check out today. We were quite lucky in that we got another night here. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is we had to relocate the whole site. We only had to move like 100 feet, but that is just enough to make it a pain in the ass. So I had to move the entire campsite, had to take down the canopy, the Gazelle, the toilets, everything, had to take down the stove. And I just kind of haphazardly threw all the crap on top of my truck and in the toolbox of the trailer, and we moved it. And guess I'm thankful I have another site out here. We're at site 127. We moved down to 118. There's no tree cover in this site. Seems a lot hotter, but hey, I guess we're lucky to be here, because I had several people ask me, how did you just get these sites in the last minute? So I guess we're fortunate.